And on that subject, Sandy, let's come back to you because you have been censored effectively by the local government in Glastonbury.
Yes, we were going to host an event with Clive de Carle and Richard Vobes on the 2nd of May. And we were told when the organiser went to pay for the event, it was already booked, and she was told that we weren't going to be allowed to speak. And we found out that earlier on in the year, they'd decided to censor certain talks in the town hall. It was the Property and Assets Committee that were put together, and it was because Sacha Stone had done a speech there, some kind of event there, that only a few, I mean, I think it was one person had a couple of people who are within the council and one that isn't, had complained about it. So they use this as an excuse to actually ban what they call conspiracy theorists. They haven't said as much, but the letter that we got from the town council seemed to point in that direction. But what they had a real problem with Clive de Carle's wonderful alternative medicines, supplements, and his magic chair that they seem to have a problem with, and they almost made it sound as though he was pushing quackery. But what's really and for me, they said I would cause some kind of community tension by what I was talking about, because I was going to talk about UK corporate land grab, and also the bid for the World Heritage Site status by Glastonbury Town Council of Glastonbury. So they didn't like any of that. But what's interesting is, to do with Clive, is that they mentioned that there was a conflict of interest with what he was doing, which is alternative medicine, and what is coming up in one of the buildings next door to the town hall, which has been paid for by this big grant that we've had from government. It's 23.3 million, I think, from the town deal. And so this is going into a NHS Trust wellness centre that's going into the building next door to the town hall, which is, I mean, it again, it's a bit like a corporate takeover. So, there's a big thing to stop the World Heritage thing happening, because that again is there's a lot of worry about that. It needs to be talked about. There is a consultation going on at the moment that they've already paid 30,000 for. To gain status, it will cost 500,000. So we're looking at all this very carefully, and they don't like it at all. So we're not allowed to speak, basically. It's pretty bad. The whole thing, I think, is my letter to them really was about Glastonbury Town Hall is owned and operated by public authority. It's not a private venue because it's publicly funded. It's maintained through public funds, and it exists to serve the whole community, not just those whose views align with council officers. As residents and taxpayers, we've got the right to have free speech, and they should not be functioning as a political gatekeeping organisation. I mean, that's what effectively they seem to be doing. And I see this as an abuse of power. It's also against the Human Rights Act of 1998, which guarantees the right to freedom of expression under Article 10, provided you're not inciting hatred or violence, which we're not. We've held many, many events in the town hall that have been very happy, and the people have loved it. We've filled the town hall, but suddenly we are not allowed to speak. And it's a reflection of what's happening in our country now, where our voices are being sort of silenced because we're not allowed to speak our truth. We're deemed conspiracy theorists, and they're just literally sanctioning us and censoring us, which is appalling. It's an absolutely appalling situation. So we've both written letters, to Clive de Carle and I, to the town clerk. He's already responded to Clive and said, we stand by what we did, and we're not going to leave this alone. There will be a campaign to keep free speech alive in the town, because it's important. It's really important. And we're just going to carry on chipping away at them. Yeah.
Absolutely keep chipping away at them. But what's so intriguing about what's happened here is this absolutely fits in with what you've been talking